If you want cheap and instant Ultimate Team coins, head on over to mudcoinbank.com and use code ZUXI at checkout for a 10% discount on your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is ZUXI coming today with another YouTube video, and today we have my positional heroes predictions. I originally was going to release this tonight, but on Madden Mobile right now, there actually is a Marcus Peters 99 overall. Now the set kind of looks like it could be positional heroes, and as you guys can see by this list, I actually have Marcus Peters on this list, but let's get into that later. First off, I want to address Marcus Mariota, the quarterback. Look at that artwork, that is just insane. If you guys want to get yourself an AVI like that, hit up my thumbnail designer Combine Artworks on Twitter. I will leave a description or a link in the description to his Twitter. Go ahead and hit him up and he will make you guys some AVIs, or if you want to get a header or something extra. I don't know if he does headers or not, but you can probably ask him and I'm sure he could work that out. But quarterback Marcus Mariota, I believe this is between two people, Marcus Mariota and Ben Roethlisberger. But at this time, I'm really thinking they're going to give it to Mariota because people really want a Mariota. I personally would love to have a Mariota, and I believe that if there's collectible in packs that you need to get, he will be the one to sell the packs. Now, running back, we're going with Jay Ajayi just because he had 3 games of 200 yards. Now, the other possibility is DeMarco Murray, but if they give one to Mariota, I don't see them giving the running back to DeMarco Murray. Fullback, we're going with James Devlin. Really, the only other fullback that I could think of that could get this is like Kuhn maybe for the Saints. I'm really not too sure, so we just went with James Devlin because he did lead the way for the Garrett Blunt to get all those touchdowns. Wide receiver, this is like last year's Alshon Jeffrey. We're going with AJ Green. Last year, Alshon Jeffrey only played like 7 games and he got positional hero. AJ Green played, I think, 11 or 12 games, or maybe even 13. And he was an absolute beast. So we're going with him. I believe he actually led the league in receiving yards up to the point that he actually got injured. Wide receiver number 2, we're going with Amari Cooper. He didn't have that many touchdowns, but he did have a nice amount of yardage and did help the Raiders to the playoffs. So I'm going with him. Tight end, we're going with Travis Kelce. This is obvious. He was probably the best tight end in the NFL this year because of Gronk's injury, so I think that he deserves to get this positional hero card. Left tackle, we're going with Taylor Lewan, another amazing Titans player that could get a positional hero, and he should because he hasn't had an upgrade in a very long time, and he was probably a top 3 left tackle this year, right behind Tyron Smith and Joe Thomas. Left guard, we're going with Kalichi Asameli. The only other left guard that I could see getting an upgrade would be Richie Incognito, but he already has a team of the year, so I definitely think this is going to be Kalichi Asameli. Center, we're going with Travis Frederick. He hasn't had a card since his Thanksgiving card, so he definitely needs an upgrade, probably the best center in the NFL. Right guard, we're going with TJ Lang, another one. The only other 2 people that I think could get this would be Zach Martin and Marshall Yanda, but Marshall Yanda just got a team of the year, and Zach Martin has a 94 playoff, and TJ Lang only has a 90 or 88 or 89 Football Outsider. Right tackle, we're going with Marcus Cannon, who was really an underrated right tackle this year and actually really shut down Vic Beasley in the Super Bowl. So I think that kind of helps his case. Kicker, we're going with Matt Prater. Now this could possibly be Dan Bailey, but Dan Bailey, this year I think Matt Prater and Justin Tucker were the 2 best kickers, and obviously Justin Tucker got team of the year, and Matt Prater hasn't gotten a card since Most Beard. We also have punter, who was going to be Marquette King. It would have been Pat McAfee, but he did retire, so I don't think they can even make him a card anymore, but Marquette King is a very solid punter overall. Also, Johnny Hecker did get team of the year, so I think it's left to Marquette King. Right end, we're going with Trey Flowers, who surprisingly actually had extremely good statistics for a right end and one of the better right ends in the NFL, so we're going with him there. Defensive tackle, we're going with the best defensive tackle in the NFL easily. Aaron Donald, the man has just insane stats, and he's a great player overall and hasn't gotten the card since his Motivator 93, so I believe he will probably get a 90. I don't think he'll be the first defensive tackle because usually they have defensive tackle 1 and defensive tackle 2. I believe the first defensive tackle will be Damon Harrison, though, and he'll probably get like a 97 overall, and then Aaron Donald will come out with that 99. Left end, we are going with Cameron Jordan, who hasn't had an upgrade since he got Football Outsider card, which is only like an 88, and he absolutely beasted as well. On to the right outside linebacker, we're going with Whitney Merciless, who had a ton of sacks. Now, there aren't a lot of right outside linebackers, honestly, to choose from. You could go with KJ Wright. You could go with, actually, the other person we were thinking of was Brian Orakpo. But once again, if they give it to Marcus Mariota and Taylor Lewan, what are the odds of giving it to Orakpo as well? I don't see that happening. If they were to give it to Orakpo, they'd probably not do Mariota and not do Taylor Lewan. So I'm just going to go with Whitney Merciless there for the safe pick. On to middle linebacker Alec Ogletree. Now, the only people that haven't gotten an upgrade besides Shazier and Bobby Wagner would be Luke Kuechly, but he already has a 94 flashback, so he already did get an upgrade. But he could possibly get one. He could be like last year's Alshon Jeffrey, and he could get a card even though he didn't play past like Thanksgiving. Also, what's his name? Middle linebacker for the Bengals, Vontaze Burfict. He could possibly get this, but I don't think he will because he got like 4 cards in a span of like 4 days, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we're going with Alec Ogletree, who was one of the leaders in tackles in the NFL, and he hasn't gotten an upgraded card this year. I'm pretty sure he might have like a low overall outsider or team of the year or team of the week. So left side linebacker, we're going with Lorenzo Alexander, who was one of the leaders in sacks. I believe it was like top 3. And absolutely beasted, made it to his first Pro Bowl, and he hasn't gotten an upgraded card since I think his team of the week 89. So we're going with him there. Cornerbacks, we have 2 of the playoff edition cornerbacks. We have AJ Boye and Marcus Peters. Now on Madden Mobile right now, there's actually a set out to get a Marcus Peters, and I think that actually may be positional heroes. So I think this is actually correct. Marcus Peters, who was, obviously, he's maybe one of the luckier corners in the NFL. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. And AJ Boye, he came from nobody to a star this year. He was, I want to say last year's Josh Norman, but a very, very good cornerback. Now, strong safety, there's only a couple that we could choose from. Rashad Jones, Cam Chancellor, and Morgan Burnett. But it could possibly be Morgan Burnett, but I'm really not too certain on him. Cam Chancellor obviously already has a 95, and Rashad Jones didn't play like 3/4 of the year. So we're going with TJ Ward, strong safety, and at free safety, we are going with Harrison Smith. Now, originally I had Clinton Dix here at free safety, but he did just get a new 94 overall Tuesday night draft, so I had to switch him out with Harrison Smith, who once again played pretty good. But these are my positional heroes. Let me know what you guys think. I think these may be dropping today. Usually I don't like to drop videos in the morning. I like to do once you guys get out of school. But I want to make sure I get this out before it drops on console. But if I'm not able to get it all around by the time that this may be out tonight, so just in case you guys are uncertain, I'm recording this at 7:42 a.m. So I have this out before Marcus Peters drops on Xbox. Want to make sure that I'm absolutely correct. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. If you guys want to get yourself one of these AVIs like that beastly Marcus Mariota right there, hit up Combine Artworks on Twitter. I'll see you guys next time.